Today is going to be upper body push session, starting with close grip bench. So I have some unfortunate news which I am not wanting to share with you, but you will see as soon as I turn around, and that is that my beard is no more, which means that this is barely hanging on, so the chances of this falling off are very, very high. So bear in mind that that might happen, and then the audio might go not so great, so I do apologise. What happened was I needed to trim it, and you know how these things go. Start trimming one side, and the next side, and the next side. Next thing you know, it's all botched, and I end up just shaving it, like with a trimmer, so it's not fully shaved, but tiny beard. Because it's starting to get homeless, and also I'm now back. I'm back. I've never been more back. Back training and starting. This music is far too hype for this part of the session. I'm back and starting to get in shape, basically. So now we're like nearly finished the end of the first week of restarting training, and I've got a series on Instagram. I'm calling the posts Hospital to Hercules, because that's the plan, is to go from the rotundant and weak physique, which is where I'm at now, and work towards being Herculean in terms of strength and physique. So trim my beard, start off nice and clean, and then obviously as I go and get stronger, my beard will get longer, so like the two tie together perfectly. But actually, in reality, I do it every summer. When it gets warm again, shave it all off, leave it through the winter. Simples. I would have shaved it earlier in the year, trimmed it earlier in the year, but with not being able to get to the shower and stand over the sink and whatnot, I haven't. But you'll see as well, I've not got the braces on today, because to be honest, I didn't want to. I don't think I'm going to do anything where that would be a problem. So I'm going to start off today with some close grip bench. So the plan today: close grip bench, incline bench, strict press, and tricep push down, and then rehab. So on, was it Monday, possibly, I did normal bench and ended up hitting 90 for 5. So today might give 100. I was going to say 200. I'd quite like to give 200 a go. Not really there yet. I'll give 100 a go potentially for this and see how that is, and then go from there. Probably just be 1 or 2 sets for each, because I don't tend to find I need too much more than that for tricepy stuff. And also, although I am like restarting the process of getting back in shape, what you need to do to maintain and build muscle when you have had it in the past, it's not actually that much. So I'm just doing what I need to rather than everything I can. Whereas in contrast, because I'm not actively trying to push the progression on this stuff as much as I could be. It's more so just regain what's been lost. Whereas for, do you like my sign? It's from the gym. That's the thing we haven't talked about. Finally, well, we haven't finalised everything, but we finalised a sale, which is cool. I aren't going to go through the details of that right now, but you can probably put 2 and 2 together and see that I've got things from the gym in here. was I saying? Training, maximising, minimise. Right. I'm minimising what I need to do to get in shape with all of my body set for my quads, and I'm maximising what I can do for my quad rehab. So like, that's about as deep as I can get in a squat. So I just need to do enough to stimulate progress for my upper body, whereas for my lower body, I'm doing as much as I can recover and adapt from to make progress. So with that said, let's see how this goes. Right. So I set myself some goals for not just quad. The goal for the quads is actually really simple. First thing is I want to be able to walk without limping would be good. I can sort of walk without limping, he says, before stumbling. I want to be able to build up to doing like 10,000 plus, 12,000 plus steps without it actually being hard, and where it can be a leisurely thing again. And I want to be able to walk on unstable surfaces, namely a beach. We want to go away when it hits winter. I want to travel, but if I can't walk, then there's no point in being somewhere warm if I can't walk around there. So that's like the first goal. Second goal is to be able to squat. That's what I warned you about. Second goal, this is not going to work. Second goal is to be able to squat. And what I want to be able to do is do a full range of motion squat, feet together with no weight, sit my hamstrings onto my calves. That's so far away. And then after that, I've still not decided on how I'll make it up, but I do still think I can total 700. Like, say I only squat 200, that means, say I bench 180, I don't think that's unreasonable, and deadlift 320, I don't think that's unreasonable either, especially not sumo, and even conventional given time, because I don't know how sumo will be because of my knees and my quads, but conventional I can't see it being a problem, obviously longer term, and now that I've got other help as well, I think that should be possible. But I've set some like intermediary goals first. Anyway, let me just do this first. So, some intermediary goals I want to try and do. I've got, that's where I try and remember them. I want to bench 140 for 5. Most I've done with it is 2. So that will be a PB, proper PB. And I figure it's good to have some proper PBs to aim for. Keep me motivated with the upper body stuff. But that's obviously like a, not long as in ages, but it's a long journey because I need to get back to my base strength and then stronger. I think I probably could have done it for 5 during the last peak, but I never actually did, so that will be a PB. So that's the bench goal. Incline bench, I want to do 100 for 10. I'm not sure if I've actually done 100 for reps. I know I've definitely done 95 for 5, but either way, even if I have done 100, I've definitely not done it for 10. So 100 for 10 is a goal for incline bench. And then some other goals that's still relevant, but I've tried to make them more interesting, is 10 pull-ups, but with 20 kilos attached to me. And then 10 dips, also with 20 kilos attached to me, but with the dips trying to go actually full range of motion. So I put them because if it was just 10 reps that's not very exciting. If it's just 20 kilos, that's not very exciting. 2 together is more exciting for me. It's more interesting. I don't have a goal for deadlifts and squats in terms of actual load at the minute, because for them it's so variable that I'm just taking it as it comes. I haven't actually done proper deadlifts yet, but I have done stiff leg deadlifts on the Smith machine at the gym, and then ski erg. So the ski, my goal for that is a 7-minute 2k. There's a 1:45 split, so like it's pretty fast really. Like it's not like rower or endurance athlete fast, but for a strength athlete it'd be pretty good. And I think my PB is like 6:48. I don't know for definite, don't quote me on that. I know that I did get sub 7 on the ski and rower and bike erg for 2, 2 and 4k. So I know I've done sub 7, so it won't be a proper PB, but I was focusing a lot more on cardio stuff then. So I'm going to take this as like a PB whilst I'm not focusing on whatever. But 7 minutes I think is a good target because it's achievable, but it's still hard. So it gives me a focus for the cardio sessions. And then the other one is to get in shape again. So like at the minute, I'm pretty fat, I'm pretty skinny muscles, fat belly. So just getting in shape is another goal. I know that's not objective, but I know what I mean by that. So anyway, with that said, first 2-plate bench since the injury. This has actually been the most weight I benched since the 21st of March. Alright. Definitely felt heavy in the hands and the shoulders and the elbows. That was good. I feel like I've got a pump now in my triceps as well, which is cool. And in the spirit of just doing the minimum I need to, that's going to be it for my top set. So 100 times 5, which counts as like a small PB, I think. If I count everything as a new PB. So what I've done is I've set myself up on my app as a new account instead of having the previous data. So it counts everything that you do that's a new PB. So that is a PB. And I've got the PB wrong in here now. I need a better place to put it. Vorzy bought me this literally years ago. Oh, it's attached. I don't know if you can see it. PB. Just in here by myself. Anyway, next up, incline bench. Training for this week as well. So, when was the last video that I was in here? I think it might be Monday. I don't know if I'll have put up videos since then, like overviews of the other days, but I have been training. So Monday, I was in here, push day. Tuesday, I trained at the gym. It's called 1079 Fitness. I trained there and I basically did a pull session. So I did machine row, like a diagonal pull down. I did some curls, I think. And then I did some skiing, like ski erg, some sled pulls and pushes, and then some curls on Tuesday. Wednesday is off from everything, not even doing quad rehab. So I just stretched, but I didn't do like proper rehab. And then Thursday, which is yesterday, I trained at 1079, and that was basically my cardio and legs. So for cardio yesterday, I did 20 calorie ski, 4 pulls and pushes on the sled, which takes me ages. And then I did that 5 rounds, which took just less than half an hour. So roughly half an hour of work. And then, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get on this bench. And then, after that, I did hamstring curls seated. The rationale being, if I can get some external load to push against, I might be able to pull my hamstring further, my knee further, and it seemed to work. So I think I did about 8 sets of hamstring curls, and then I did what did I do? Smith machine stiff leg deadlifts. I did 40 kilos for a couple sets of 5, which is surprisingly hard, but I thought the Smith machine makes it so that my balance isn't an issue. So I put that there so it doesn't get caught on the bar when I'm trying to bench. It's going to get so distracting, isn't it? And then I think that was it. Yeah, that was it yesterday. And I did like rehab stuff as well, obviously. So basically just box squats, leg extensions, planks, stuff like that. So that brings us to today. And I wasn't sure about well, that's a lie. I don't want to film in that gym because it's often quite busy, which is fine. But I don't want to set up a tripod in the middle of a busy gym when people are already queuing to get on equipment and stuff. It's not particularly big. So I don't want to be that guy. And then there's often, at the times I go, lots of newer people, and it looks like they're doing their first PT session or whatnot. I just don't want to put people off, having been in the back of videos and stuff. But what I might do moving forwards is film a few little clips, and for those training days, do different content. So I am now that the thing has happened with the gym, going full time with my online business. This is the most awkward way of getting set up I think that any exercise has ever had, ever. And I'm not going to move the camera because it would be so awkward for me to navigate everything. So anyway, that's what's happened with training this week. And then remaining sessions, obviously I'm doing this session now. Tomorrow will be a pull session in here. And then Sunday morning will be cardio and legs. Now how do I stand up? I think I'm going to have to do a really high leg raise. So tomorrow morning, like I say, will be cardio and legs. No, tomorrow will be pull in here. And the new movement I'm going to try is barbell rows, I think. If I can't do them, then I'll just do inverted rows instead. And then Sunday morning will be at the bodybuilding gym where I will be doing cardio and legs. So legs for me at the minute is basically hamstrings and then just rehab stuff. So that's the plan. This is exhausting. Yeah, that's the layout for the week. I think in my mind I wanted to do more sessions, but in reality I don't need to do that many. And I keep telling you it, and also trying to remind myself that the priority is not my upper body. Priority is my legs and general recovery. So yeah, Who's that? Don't know. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think this, well, I'll see how this feels for a working weight. This will be the first time I've done this exercise, obviously since everything as well. So I probably won't need to do a right lot. So the series that's going on Instagram is just going to be called Hospital to Hercules. And what I'm doing is once a week, basically putting a check-in. What I'll probably do is try and do a check-in video as well on these, like for the YouTubes. And then for the members area, I'll be putting check-in in there with more detail. Because now that's like, so in roughly 3 weeks time, that will be the full-time focus. Obviously apart from my legs, but from a work and business perspective. So that'll be cool to see. Oh, I think it will. This is so awkward. I'm so glad this wasn't the first exercise, because I don't think I'd have started training if I knew this was going to be so awkward. Right. Let's see how this goes. I realise that probably looks really lazy. I'm starting both my pecs for them to get that like lactic acid type feeling of what it feels like I can't actually do anymore, which is like very weak, but minimum effective dose. So that shall be it for these. And now that I think about it, I've got strict press next, but it's probably a stupid idea to do that standing, isn't it? Given that my balance when I'm stood upright is not great anyway. I wonder if I can do seated press, because that would be much more sensible, wouldn't it? I'll give that a go, see how a seated strict press is. My balance should be fine. It's whether I can get my legs in a stable enough position. Also, this music sucks. I just can never be bothered to find something good to listen to. I just put it on, so there is just some background noise. I don't know. Oh, Rachel's home. That's nice. Hello. She can't hear me, she's in the car. So, I'll try the strict press, see how that goes, and then do some push downs. Alright, chicken. Yeah, good, thank you. No, do you want to borrow some keys?
No, I've got mine. I'm just asking just because I'm going to bring the shopping in.
Do you want the back door key so you can go straight in there?
Training got anything?
Yeah.
100 times 5 at 7. No, that's
Close,
wrong.
great. 7 kilos, yeah. 100 sets of 5 reps to 7 kilos.
I feel like you would still get some out of that.
I don't have a 5 kilo weight.
Yeah.
I did.
So you did your 100 kilo, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And then I've just incline benched 40 for 10. And then my pecs were like, that's enough. Which is like super weak, but I've done it. And now I'm trying to figure out how I can strict press. And I think like this. I didn't know what my balance would be like for it, but it seems alright. And my mic has fallen off my beard a couple times because it clips on, but obviously now it's trimmed.
You have to clip it to your vest like every other basic bitch out there.
Yeah, or to my hair. That was literally the only thing that made me different to anybody else was clipping my beard. Have you been counting these by any chance? Could you start?
I reckon that was 6 rows.
That's what I'm paying you for. This is also, it's weird, like, it's easy, but hard at the same time. I think that's probably enough weight for today, as disappointing as that is.
Got a new baseline, haven't you?
It's here. Yeah.
This is real.
Depressing. I was just saying, I don't know what I think it's the Advantage Plus. So where it's shuffle, not Advantage Plus, that's ads. Shuffle Plus. So it adds in things it thinks you like. So I'll have some rap song and maybe some country song. And maybe there's like a slow ballad or something from what I listen to when I'm working. And it's decided to mash it up and make some terrible combo. That's my excuse anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna get the washing
Yeah, no worries, thank you. I'm going to carry on talking to myself in the garage. Yeah. This is better. So, I think that was 10. Strict press. I'm going to write 10 and then I'll have to check the video later. 20 kilogram times 10 at 6. Next. Plans push downs. My triceps feel fairly toasted. Do I need to do triceps? No, I'm not going to do them. I'm going to be lazy. But what I will do is, yeah, I don't think I need to do them. Because close grip bench, incline bench, strict press, no, it's not much. Literally 3 sets for a workout. Done. But what I will do is, I'll keep the slot for them here, so that moving forward I can add them. No, that's too lazy. I'll just do 1 set, at least. I think I'm being lazy because I'll need to take some plates off here. That was terrifying. I didn't know what was breaking.
What are you doing?
Breaking stuff. You what?
Stop it.
Not my body, so it's fine. I don't know if you heard that. Rachel was just telling me off for breaking stuff. Ruins all the fun. I am, when I'm moving these, a little bit concerned I might drop them straight onto my toes. Let's see. 10 kilos a side is enough. The other thing is, like, with steps. So last week my average steps I think was about 400. This week, I don't know the average for the week, but Tuesday, the gym day, was 1,200. And then Thursday, yesterday, second gym day, that was about 1,800. So that's a fair bit more. Well, it's loads more than I've been doing. And at the same time as doing more steps, my feet and ankles are getting less painful. Sort of over the days, they still hurt more the later in the day it goes, but they're getting better over time. It was this that made the noise.
Right.
So that's improvement. Right. That was alright. That felt like I was doing something. so it's slightly less lazy than it has been. Oh, it's just moving around. I haven't even come out with the crutches today, to be fair. So like there is definitely improvement happening. 20 kilograms times 8 at 6. So this is literally like super easy to start. Idea being each week I just add a bit more and a bit more. So this first training block will potentially be like 10 weeks long or whatever before it actually gets difficult. Whereas when I know what the baseline is, then it'll get higher and higher. So start just at this height for my squats today. I need to change the angle. Or actually, is that the same height? No. That is roughly though. So what I'm going to do is superset my squats with my other exercises. So first exercise, squats. Okay, that's not too bad. So the plan is a couple sets with support. If it feels okay, then add in some sets without support. So when I say support, I'll still have the bench behind me, but I won't use my hands. And the other thing as well is I'm splitting the squats up into the two types of squats just to the target of the box and squats where I'm forcing my knees forwards. So like today's squats, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but my shin is roughly perpendicular to the ground. Whereas if I'm pushing my knees forwards, that's harder. But for that, I need to have my feet closer together. So I'll combine this with the other exercises that I've got on here that I could combine them with. So for example, I can now do leg extensions. This leg is the worst one by far for these, but it's not too bad once I've warmed up. It's not the leg extension part there that's challenging, it's this bit at the bottom here of trying to pull my heel towards my bum, that is. I mean, straightening it is painful, but actually moving it is fine. The moving it gets hard here. The pain is just on lifting it. The good thing is that it doesn't actually hurt in the bent position. It just doesn't move. Okay. This is the part of the session that's going to be really boring. I mean, to be fair, most of it probably is boring, but that's the way it is. Same again. Oh, that was uncomfortable. That's beyond uncomfortable and into painful, and now it's still sore. So I think that might be the end of that. What else was I going to do? So I won't do the leg extensions. I'll try the single leg balances and see how they are. And the hanging, no, I won't do them. I'll just try the single leg balances because they're more leggy. But actually what I'll do is I'll probably have a rest for a bit, take some pain relief for this, and then do it inside on the carpet. So that'll be the end. I will see you the next time I put the video up.